I need to grade. I'm a detective. I do important things. Today I was doing something important. I was shoveling snow. My dog Slush was chasing snowflakes. Suddenly I heard a jingle bell sound. Annie was coming up our walk with her dog Fang. Fang had bells on his collar and an elf hat on his head. Doesn't Fang look cute? Annie said. Just like a giant elf. Sludge looked at me. I looked at Sludge. We both knew that all the bells and elves and jingles and jangles in the world could not make Fang look cute. Fang looked hungry. Fang is not a happy elf, Annie said. This was not good news. Every year, 2 weeks before Christmas, Fang gets a Christmas card from his mother in the mail, Annie said. It is now a week before Christmas and Fang has not received his card. Perhaps she didn't send it, I said. Would a mother forget Fang? Annie said. I need a great wished I could. I need your help to find the card, Annie said. I have to shovel snow, I said. Fang sat down and glared at me. I need the great was thinking. It was the holiday season. It was not a good idea for a giant elf to be unhappy. I will take your case, I said. Wait here. I went into my house. I wrote a note to my mother. I went outside. I spoke to Annie. The mailman leaves your mail in your mailbox, right? Most of the time, Annie said. Sometimes he drops it on the ground near the mailbox. Why does he do that? Sometimes Fang is so happy to see the mailman that he runs out of the house to greet him. The mailman drops the mail and flees. I and Great knew exactly how the mailman left. I said, Then what? Fang runs after the mailman. They both disappear. I run to get the mail, so there is no chance for anybody else to take that mail. No chance, Annie said. We must go to your mailbox and look for a clue. I said. Annie, Fang, Sludge, and I walked through the snow. It was crunchy under our feet. Are you missing any other mail? I asked. No, Annie said. I walked up to Annie's mailbox. It was so stuffed that pieces of mail were sticking out. I guess that today's mail came while I was at your house, Annie said. I started to open the box. Watch out! Annie yelled. It was too late. What must have been the largest single-day collection of holiday catalogs ever mailed to one address landed on me. This was not going to be an easy case. How long have you been getting these catalogs? I asked. For about 8 weeks. I collect them, Annie said. I haven't had a chance to read most of them yet. Last year I counted 1,999 things that you could buy. I, Nate the Great, did not want to know what any of them were, but the catalogs could be a clue. I need to see the catalogs that came last week, I said. About the time that Fang's card should have arrived. My catalogs are all mixed up, Annie said. They are in my room. Annie, Fang, Sludge, and I went to Annie's room. One whole side of it was covered with catalogs. This was going to be a long day. I walked over and picked up a catalog. I started to look through the pages. An envelope fell out. I picked it up. This looks like your heating bill, I said. Didn't you miss in getting it? Annie shrugged. It's never addressed to me or Fang, so it doesn't count. I flipped through more pages. A postcard fell out. It was addressed to Fang, but I Need to Great did not think that Fang would want to see it. It was a reminder from the vet for Fang to come in for his shots. I picked up another catalog. I found 3 envelopes in that one. I spoke to Annie. I have solved your case. Oh, great, Annie said. So where's Fang's card? Solving is one thing, finding is another, I said. The card must be somewhere in your catalogs. A lot of your mail got stuck inside them. I hope that we won't have to look through 1,999 things before we find the card. Annie and I looked through one catalog after another. Sludge sniffed each one. Some of the catalogs were for dogs, Christmas food for dogs, Christmas toys for dogs, Christmas clothes for dogs. Fang must be on a mailing list. Envelopes kept dropping out, but none were from Mrs. Fang. At last I said, I have not solved this case. I need clues. Do you still have the old cards Fang got from his mother? Oh yes, Fang saves them, Annie said. Here are the ones from the last 3 years. I looked at the cards. The one from the first year was tiny. It said, Merry Christmas from Mother Fang. May you eat lots of doggy bones and grow. The card must have worked. The card from the second year was bigger. It said, Merry Christmas from Mother Fang. Are you eating your bones, son? A bone a day keeps the vet away. The third card was even bigger. I said, Merry Christmas from Mother Fang. Wear your boots in the snow. Don't go out when it's 10 below. Eat those bones and grow, grow, grow. Mrs. Fang is such a bossy mother, Annie said.